Hello everyone, welcome to Know Your English learning classes. Hello everyone, in this lecture we will discuss about the question and answers of the poem Keeping Quiet by Pablo Neruda. In the previous lecture we have already discussed line by line explanation of the poem, and now here we will discuss about the question and answers. So first of all we started with the extracts. So the first extract given here is, now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. So actually these extracts come in your question papers and you have to give the answers of this question. These are one-liner answers. What is the significance of the number 12? You know it well. 12 itself is a very significant number. There are 12 hours in a day, 12 months in a year, 12 zodiac signs. So that's why the poet wants to count up to 12. Which two activities does the poet want us to stop? If you have watched the previous lecture line by line explanation, you can easily give the answer of all these questions. Which two activities? The first activity is, let's not speak in any language. No one will speak in any language, and not move our arms so much. It means we must keep quiet for a while. So these are the two activities. What does the poet mean by let's not speak in any language? The poet wants that no one will speak in any language. So if no one speaks, there will be no disputes. कोई disputes भी नहीं होगा अगर कोई नहीं बोलेगा किसी language में. Describe the pun on the word arms. कभी कभी क्वेश्चन इस तरह से पूछा जाता है कि इसमें arms में कौन सी poetic device यूज हुई है. So poetic device is pun. Actually arms stands here for hands as well as for weapons. So here you can have a look at all these question answers. You can pause this lecture, pause this video and watch all the answers. Answers I have already given. So next extract. It would be an exotic moment, without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. It's a very important stanza, often asked in the examination. Which exotic moment is referred to in these lines? कौन सा exotic moment है? If all the people are keeping quiet for a while, that would be a wonderful moment. Why would that moment be strange? तो वो moment strange क्यों होगा? Because no one will be in hurry and there will be no noise. कोई भी जल्दी में नहीं होगा, कोई भी noise नहीं होगा, तो definitely that would be a strange moment. What does the poet advocate in the poem? That you know the central idea of the poem. That is, poet advises for introspection. Poet advises for keeping quiet for a while in order to get time for introspection. Introspection, self-analysis. What does the poet mean by the word engines? Engine words का क्या मतलब है? Engines means automobiles, vehicles, and it means if there is no engine means no noise at all. कोई noise नहीं होगा कहीं भी. You can have a look at these question answers. And next extract. If we were not so single-minded, this extract has already been asked so many times. The very important one about keeping our lives moving, and for once could do nothing. Perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. So the first question, who does we refer to in the above lines? We किसको refer कर रहा है? Human beings. We refers to human beings in this line, in these lines. Why does the poet want us to do nothing for once? If we are keeping quiet, if we are suspending our activities for a while, we would get time for introspection. Again and again the emphasis is given in this poem for introspection. What is the sadness that the poet refers to in the poem? Sadness क्या है? मैंने उसको आपको previous lecture में बताया. There are two causes of sadness. Sadness किस लिए है? Human beings are unable to understand their basic nature and frightened with death. अब ये कैसे समझ पाएंगे? If they are suspending their activities for a while, they would get time for introspection. How can a huge silence do good to us? If we are keeping silence, if we are keeping quiet for a while, we would get time for introspection and we will realize what are the consequences of our actions, हमारे जो actions हैं उनके consequences क्या है. So all the answers are given here. You can pause this video and watch all the answers. Next extract. Perhaps the earth can teach us, as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. First question, what does the earth teach us? The earth can teach us that life and death is a cyclic process. We shouldn't get afraid of death. Death से हमें नहीं डरना चाहिए. Because by looking at the nature we can realize the new plant comes out of debris. तो लाइफ और डेथ का जो डर है वो हमें अर्थ से सीख सकते हैं कि डेथ से डरने की जरूरत नहीं है. What does the poet mean to achieve? पोइट क्या अचीव करना चाहता है? Poet wants to achieve mutual understanding, peace, harmony, introspection. What is the significance of keeping quiet? If we are keeping quiet, we would get time for introspection. Simple one. What is always alive even when everything seems to be dead? You can watch the answers here. The earth is always alive. क्या alive है? Earth हमेशा alive होती है. So you can watch these answers from answers are given here. You can pause this video and watch all the answers again and again, and even you can note them down in your notebook. So now we revise once again before going to the short answer type questions. We revise the central idea of the poem. The poet is advising all human beings for keeping quiet for a while in order to get some time for introspection so they can realize the consequences of their actions. Poet इस poem में बार बार यही कह रहा है कि ह्यूमन बींग्स मस्ट सरेंडर देयर एक्टिविटीज़ फॉर ए वाइल. अपनी एक्टिविटीज़ को थोड़ी देर के लिए रोक दें तो उनको टाइम मिल जाएगा ये सोचने के लिए, और वो ये सोच पाएंगे कि जो भी वो कर रहे हैं वो सही है या गलत है. और हम लोग इतने ज़्यादा मटेरियलिस्टिक हो गए हैं इस मैड रेस में कि हम हैप्पीनेस को कहीं भूल गए हैं. He suggests that in order to maintain peace and harmony, it is required to stop and introspect. पीस और हारमोनी के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम लोग इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करें और अपने एक्शंस के बारे में सोचें कि हम जो भी कर रहे हैं वो मानवता की भलाई के लिए है भी या नहीं. सो कम टू द शॉर्ट आंसर टाइप्स. व्हाट विल काउंटिंग अप टू 12 एंड कीपिंग स्टिल हेल्प अस अचीव? सो in the line by line explanation of the poem, I have already told you that if we count up to 12, it will give us some time to analyze our deeds. We will get some time for introspection. People in the world are involved in wars and damaging the environment. लोग जो हैं वॉर में इन्वॉल्व हैं, एनवायरनमेंट को डैमेज कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि हर कोई अपने एम को बहुत जल्दी से पाना चाहता है. एक्चुअली वी नीड टू थिंक इन ऑर्डर टू अचीव पीस एंड हारमोनी. पीस और हारमोनी के लिए ज़रूरी है कि हम इस बारे में सोचें कि हम जो कर रहे हैं वो सही है या गलत है. Do you think the poet advocates total inactivity and death? That's the most important question. And here you have to write, no, the poet does not advocate total inactivity and death. Poet बिल्कुल भी total inactivity और death की बात नहीं कर रहा है. Poet is talking about life. He clarifies in this poem that he wants all the people to just stop for a while in order to analyze their activities and their consequences. वो ये नहीं कह रहा है कि हमेशा के लिए अपनी एक्टिविटीज़ बंद कर दीजिए. कुछ समय के लिए, for a while, सिर्फ ये सोचने के लिए जो कर रहे हैं वो सही है या गलत है. He wants human beings not to support war and damage to the environment. वो हर हाल में चाहता है कि ह्यूमन बीइंग पीस से रहें और एक नई अप्रोच डेवलप करें. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. What is the sadness that the poet refers to in the poem? Again, it's a very important question. The sadness is the result of our own actions and deeds. कि हमारे जो खुद के actions हैं उससे ही हमें sadness आती है. We all are in a hurry of achieving various tasks in our life. हम लोग जल्दबाजी में हैं कि जल्दी से अपना एम को हम प्राप्त कर लें. This rush sometimes proves dangerous. So we don't analyze our actions, so we land ourselves in a number of problems. These problems then become the reason for our sadness. और हम समझ ही नहीं पाते हैं कि हमारी जो बेसिक नेचर क्या है. What symbols from nature does the poet invoke to say that there can be life under apparent stillness? The poet gives the example of earth to prove that there can be life under apparent stillness. बार बार उसने पोइट ने ये प्रूव किया है कि अर्थ कैन टीच अस दैट लाइफ एंड डेथ इज ए साइक्लिक प्रोसेस एंड अर्थ नेवर गेट्स इनएक्टिव. समटाइम्स इट मे सीम्स कि साइलेंस जो है, साइलेंस का मतलब इनएक्टिविटी नहीं होता है. We experience the change in seasons which brings so many different things. And human beings, the most important thing that human beings can learn from earth. Human beings learn से सीख सकते हैं कि हमें डेथ से डरने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. So the poet wants to convey that we should stay calm, but that doesn't mean it will bring total inactivity and stillness. So these are the question answers. Hope you must have understood all the question answers and even the extracts. If you like this video, don't forget to share and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Happy learning.